I'm Ellen Yin-Wycoff. I'm the interim executive director at CALCASA.
And I'm David Lee. I'm the director of prevention services here at CALCASA.
And we'd like to welcome you for joining us on the National Advisory Committee for the 2010 National Sexual Assault Conference.
Right, yeah, we had a meeting on February 24th, a web conference, and we had a great participation, a great discussion, and we know that some of you were not able to make it, so we're making this little video here to summarize what we gave in the presentation, and then we can get your feedback. So in this email, you'll see some questions that we're asking, so please get back to us, because we really want you to be part of this process.
And we really look forward to your feedback and recommendations in helping to shape this year's National Sexual Assault Conference. So first of all, what we wanted to do was build on the successes from the previous National Sexual Assault Conferences that were hosted by our sister coalition, the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Rape and the National Sexual Violence Resource Center. The other thing that we wanted to do was also to utilize the assets of CALCASA and leverage the assets that we have here, and also in terms of utilizing the assets from the California Rape Crisis Centers in the Los Angeles area. And they're all very excited about hosting and helping to host this year's conference.
Yeah, our centers are really great because some of them focus on specific communities, like working with the Latino community or working with the Asian Pacific Islander communities or African American communities, and each of them bring a whole lot of knowledge to the field that I think is going to really benefit us.
Right, I think it's going to be great to have their involvement, and they're really excited about this year's conference. The other thing we wanted to do was also utilize and integrate the insights and feedback from the National Advisory Committee, and that's really you folks, and so we're really looking forward to your feedback and recommendations in helping to shape this year's conference. The other thing that we're also focusing in on is this year's theme. This year's theme is about building the world we want to live in, which is really about addressing the different cultural aspects that we all have and that we all bring to the conference, and it's also giving us the opportunity to really think about the future and how we want to shape the world that we live in. The other thing that we wanted to do was also focus in on the utilizing technology, demonstrating the use of new media and technology that can help to advance our work. There's a lot of different things that folks are doing across the country, and we hope to highlight those activities that some centers and some programs across the country are utilizing social media, and so this is a great way for us to kind of learn from each other.
Oh, I better Twitter that.
Oh yeah, David, I'm sure you will. And so the other thing that we're also hoping to do is to kind of create an environment and really creating that space that how we can help to build communities or building our community to end sexual violence.
You know, part of what I've found at a conference is that the part that I find most exciting is not when I sit in a session listening to someone speak, but it's between sessions when I'm getting a chance to talk to my colleagues, to meet people new, to explore ideas. And so what we want to do is find a way to be able to do that. So what we're talking about is instead of having just an exhibit area, let's make it a lounge area. We're trying to find ways that we can be able to gather and be able to talk with each other, because that's how we're going to be able to make some of the changes and be able to get the support and get excited of where we're going to move forward.
Right. And again, I agree wholeheartedly with you, David. I think that sometimes the most important time that people have at the conferences is really the opportunity to meet with each other, network, and share with each other.
Now, part of this conference is we're re-envisioning a little bit about how we do conferences. So instead of having the plenary session where you have someone standing behind a podium, that's the word, and be able to give an hour and a half talk, we're trying to look at ways how we can revision that. So we got some of our inspiration from TED Talks. TED Talks is a way that they're trying to bring ideas. They describe it as bringing together the world's most fascinating thinkers and doers who are challenged to give the talk of their lives in 18 minutes. And 18 minutes might not sound like a lot, but it's actually a really good chance. We'll do this video in a lot less than 18 minutes, I can assure you. But part of it is we want to bring together the best thinkers and doers around sexual violence and how people are working to prevent sexual violence, people are working to address and support people in their healing, how to be able to support survivors, and how we can be able to and affect policy. And we want to have people share their ideas so we can bring ideas forward and really incubate something new. It's a different staging. As Ted, this is just an example. We don't exactly know what it's going to look like.
And again, we really love to hear your suggestions of some of the folks that you'd like to see in the plenary sessions.
Right now, we're going to be holding this in the Renaissance Hotel in Hollywood, California, and that's right on Hollywood Boulevard. So you got the Walk of Stars right there. I'm not sure exactly who's in front of the building. Stars are in front of the building, but I'm sure those will be the pictures we'll all be taking, sending home. It's right next to the Kodak Center where the Academy Awards ceremony is going to be held, and it's a beautiful hotel.
Actually, I've seen the hotel, David. It's the hotel that actually hosts the foreign press for the Academy Awards. The other thing is it's right on the corner of Hollywood Vine. It's right next to a shopping center. There's lots of great things to do in that area, and it's also a great way to get a flavor of Hollywood, California.
And we were able to negotiate a really great rate of $110 a day.
It's lower than the federal per diem rate.
So, and we got time so you can get that same rate if you decide to come early or stay late and get to enjoy sunny California. Now, for the conference, we do have a call for submissions. It's on our website. We want to encourage you to forward this call to other people. We also have a call for public service announcements because we want to display public service announcements. And it's all on our website, and we're going to send you some information so you can be able to forward this to people you know.
And we know you all have some great public service announcements. We've seen them, so we'd like to really be able to highlight them at the conference.
Well, let me talk about the tentative schedule, and this is tentative. Nothing is concrete yet, but the conference proper is September 1st through 3rd. But before the conference, we're going to have some pre-meetings, and that we're talking with the Centers for Disease Control Prevention about holding their RPE meeting on August 30th and 31st, and CALCASA will be having some of our membership meetings on August 31st, and we might have some space available for other groups that want to have meetings. So go ahead and contact us if you want to hold a national meeting prior to the conference. We might be able to have that space available. Then on Wednesday, September 1st, the conference starts proper. We're focusing the first day within our keynotes primarily around media and the arts. That evening, we'll have a reception poolside. You saw that in the previous slide, how beautiful that will be. On the second day, we'll have a focus on activism. And the third day, we really want to focus on wellness and how we create healthy communities.
And the other thing that we're hoping to do in the plenary sessions is also being able to look at these particular different types of focus from an international, national, and local perspectives. So again, we really look forward to any kind of recommendations that you may that you would like to share with us.
Here's our tentative program tracks, and we have a prevention track that we're talking with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about sponsoring. We're going to have a wellness track, and we've been talking with the Joyful Heart Foundation about sponsoring that. And we already have the Legal Aid Society and Employment Law Center, which is an OVW LAV grantee, is going to be sponsoring our legal track. And we also are going to have an intervention and advocacy track, a management track, and a technology and media track. And we are looking for sponsors. So if you are interested or know someone, contact us so we can be able to do this. All of our tracks, we want to make sure they include issues of cultural competency, because we believe that shouldn't be separated into one track, but integrated into everything we do. We also want to make sure that these are based on adult learning, so people really can learn and engage in the processes. And we want to make sure these are relevant for beginners to advanced, because we're going to have people, or this is their first month on the job, to people who have been doing this work for over 25 years.
And as David mentioned, we're also, again, we're seeking support and sponsorship to help make this conference happen. So on the slide, you can see all the different folks that we've been talking to. Right now, many of these sponsors are pending. We're still in the process of working with them, but we hope that they're going to be helping to bring the resources together to make this conference possible. Most importantly, we also like to get some input from you. If some of you are interested in helping to sponsor different parts of the conference, or you may know somebody that know an organization that would be willing to help provide that level of sponsorship, feel free to give us a call. So we'd certainly like to have you folks be a partner or help us in bringing this conference forward.
So Ellen, how can people in our audience help us with and help make this great national conference?
Well, David, I really appreciate you asking that. What we'd like you to do is to help promote the conference. As part of this National Advisory Committee, we really need your help in talking up about the conference, sending it out to your colleagues and other organizations that would be interested. The other thing that we really like your help in is also helping to review the abstracts. The deadline for the proposals is March 12th, so if you're interested in being part of the reviewing some of the proposals, feel free to give us a call. The other help that we need from you all is helping to support our media and technology activities, and also providing recommendations of speakers, vendors, and sponsors for the conference. Well, again, we want to just thank you all for joining in on this brief webinar presentation, and we really want to thank you and really look forward to your feedback and recommendations and being a part of the National Advisory Committee.
Right, and if you want more information about the conference, go to calcasa.org/NSAC. And great. And so we'll see you at the conference.
See you at the conference.
Bye.